Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to take you on a journey through the ancient Greek and Roman collections at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. The collection is one of the largest and most impressive outside of Europe. Provides a fascinating look at art, culture, and daily life in two of history's most influential civilizations. The Met's Greek and Roman collection includes over 4,000 artifacts ranging from large sculptures to small decorative objects. It gives us an insight into how these ancient civilizations lived, worshipped, and expressed themselves artistically. Visitors can see everything from monumental statues to delicate jewelry, all showing the artistry and culture of the ancient Mediterranean world. It was also founded in 1870 and shows off art from all periods, from ancient Egypt, Rome, Asia, and even Africa. First section I want to talk about is the Greek sculptures. With Greek sculptures, one of the highlights is in the chorus and core statues, these freestanding figures of usually young men and women from the Archaic period from 650 to 480 BCE. They represented the Greek interest in human proportions, symmetry, and idealized beauty. The core statues often symbolize athletic excellence or heroism, while the core statues sometimes represented goddesses or priestesses, connecting art with religious practice. Their main idea of this was just to connect themselves with beauty, and they wanted to ingrain that into the um, social life and culture of the Greeks. So they would create these statues just to represent themselves and try to be as naturalist with their uh, statues as possible. Um, the next section is the Roman sculptures. You can see where the Romans get their ideas with their Greek adoption of these sculptures. Usually they were people of power or leaders or family members of people of power or wealth. Um, they created these realistic portraits, busts of their emperors or political leaders and family members to connect with the Greek ideals of beauty with individualized features. Roman sculptures were not used only for decoration, but also as political propaganda, demonstrating the power and authority of leaders. And the statue on the left is Emperor Trebonianus Gallus, and the emperor on the right is Emperor Gaius, also known as Caligula. And the statue on the right is from 251 through 253 Common Era, and the statue of Caligula was in 49 CE. You can see how their defining features and their art just gets better with time, because with the bronze statue, you still see um, some better work on the facial features of the Caligula statue rather than the Trebonius Gallus statue. Um, and yeah, usually their sculptures were fully nude, which just is their way of representing their natural beauty and stuff like that. Next is the Greek pottery. So Greek pottery mainly had a function. So it could be a mixing bowl or a drinking cup or something of that statue. Which they're functional but also very decorative. Usually the decorations showed off daily life, ceremonial stuff, or just storytelling. So like mythological people would be on there. They also depicted athletes doing their sport, which you'll see later on with a statue in Greek, in ancient Greek civilization. They really liked their athletics, with them creating the Olympics and stuff like that. They honored their athletes as more of like heroes. Um, they honored them probably more than we do today, just because of their incredible skill. This gives us a glimpse into what mattered to the Greeks and their skill in combining with utility with artistry. Usually these pots right here, especially the ones with the black and red inscription, would be from the second or fourth century. of ancient Greece. Next are the Roman mosaics. They're crafted with small colored stones, geometric patterns, and usually a floor. They could be on walls as well, but mainly they were used on the floor because they would use their walls to paint um, art on their walls and stuff like that. um, these were often found in wealthy homes or public spaces. They usually depicted myths, landscapes, or geometric patterns. They show the Roman love of luxury, detail, and storytelling. They demonstrate how art was part of both public and private life in ancient Rome. And this certain mosaic was created in the 2nd century. It was found in 1970 when archaeological people came in and found it. And yeah, jewelry was very different between the two cultures. So on the left is a higher status person of ancient Greece. We can see very detailed jewelry they have. This was definitely someone of a higher status. It also gives us a look into their daily life and their commerce because they had a taste for these exotic or these exotic and interesting designed pieces of metal. And not depicted here, but they also in the gallery have coins from both civilizations, which gives us an idea into their way of life. So their commerce, they had a centralized currency, which shows you just how big the civilizations eventually got. By moving away from the bartering system and actually developing a centralized currency, they were able to trade goods all across their civilizations. So from one point of Rome to the other point, you would be able to use that same currency and be able to receive anything you needed. Yeah, and it just shows that art wasn't just for like temples and public buildings. Ancient people also surrounded themselves with the objects of beauty and significance, just to show off their social status or even just for art. In conclusion, the Met Ancient Greek and Roman collection, it offers an incredible window into art, culture, and the beliefs of the two foundational civilizations. They range from sculptures to just everyday objects. These artifacts reveal the importance of beauty, religion, politics, and daily life in the ancient world. Visiting these collections or just even exploring it online helps us connect the achievements and the legacies of Greece and Rome, which continue to influence art and culture today. Thank you.